one other thing here. All right. It's just a little bit warm out here.
Yeah, we can make it out whenever you want.
Take that thing off. No reason for all that.
I'm not home.
So here my seat's sinking into the ground. We have several baits on. We have some shrimp and worm, cut bait. Really wasn't able to get onto the shad today, which was terrible. If we'd caught some shad, we'd definitely be catching a few more fish. But we did catch a couple of drum. We did get one shad, but I think we're out of that for cut bait. My nephew caught a real nice catfish, which I'll say they're all real nice. A little keeper-sized channel catfish. I have a shrimp on this rod, if I can get any bites. All right, let's do something here. Oh, here we go. Oh, missed it. Bite. I've had some excitement going on. We're still trying to share this here on Facebook. All right. See if we can get back to fishing. Jax, thank you. Nate Dog. Hey, I think I know that guy. He might be right over there. Let's see if we can do. Oh, he is already a moderator, so I like it. Let's just open that up. See what we got. Oh, we got him. We definitely got him. Oh, what a nice way to start our little live. A little drumski. Hell, with y'all on here, we want to know. Bait, plate, throw it back in the lake. We'll give this just a couple of minutes. We'll figure it out. All right. Okay. Still have some worm on here. We'll cast that back out. brother-in-law was kind enough to cook up some burgers that I brought. While he was cooking, that's when Nathan caught his catfish. Not a bad little catfish. Sounds like we got a little barge coming through. I think this lake is full of them little drum. Lake, this river. Gumball, Robert, thanks for the stopping by. We appreciate it. Thumbs up. We need lots of thumbs ups and subscribers and all that good stuff. Like I said, I have a night crawler on this one, a shrimp. The last time I checked on that one, we have cut bait on a couple of them. I think we still have lots of cut bait. We were hoping for some shad, but didn't pan out. I think we've been out here since about 1 o'clock. Which I have, oh, there we go. Here we go. There, we just give them a little bit. You have light sticks on everything. I have a lantern on this thing right here. Gives us a little bit of light. You have canopy set up over there, kind of help keep us out of the sun. I like it. We just need to get on some 5, 10, 15, 20 pounders tonight. Click, hello. Hello. Hope you're having a good evening. Alex RS. Robert Lopez, Roberto Lopez. Hey, what's up, brother? Hope you're having a good evening. I mean, I can't ask for much more. Be out here fishing, getting bites. I could be setting hooks. We'll see. Man, throw a new worm on there. Yeah, I shut through all that stuff. Oh, I'm gonna message this guy back here. There we go. Looks like there was somebody calling me about some fishing stuff. Oh, he's over there snapping the rod. Yeah, I had a bite. James Dillon. If you guys are, you guys like fishing, got a little fishing contest I've been doing all year. Actually been doing it for the last 5 years. I'm gonna post the email address. We're gonna pin that real quick, and then oh, how's that go? Catch a fish this year? Send it to me. There, I'll enter you in for my Fish of the Year, Fish of the Month contest. For Fish of the Month, we give away a little certificate. If I get plenty of entries, we'll do a over and under 18. Well, we've got to do like the last three. Hey Nathan, would you care to bring me some night crawlers? Just bring me a box of them. Yeah, we'll do over and under 18. For Fish of the Year, we have enough entries right now to where we're doing over 18 male and female, under 18 male and female. Give away a little trophy, just a little bit of cash, just to make it fun, keep it interesting. There's Mr. Nathan. Might have a few more people. Oh, there's Tuck. There's Tuck. Let's go. We'll say hi to everybody we're missing here in just a minute. See if I can slap my nephew in the face with this. Oh, there's multiple packs. Multiple packs. Do you think that's the little drum hitting? Let's see. You can't hear a word. Oh, that ain't good. I think I can hear. Oh, there we go. I can hear it. Ah, there we go. What do we got? Oh, we ain't messing around this time.
This thing's empty. Take the last one.
I took the last one. What a jerk. There should be more over there, though.
So I just throw this away here.
Well, we have a trash bag. We have a trash pile. So I wouldn't just leave it laying. We'll do that. All right. I'm going to give up on my... let's see. Good luck. Good luck. God bless. I appreciate that. Man, I think I am going to try and catch a big fish right now. We're going to go ahead and use this thing for live bait. We're going to set this rod to the side for just a minute. Let's see what we can do. So much sand.
You want me to leave the box with you? Or...
All right. Do what?
Do you want me to leave the box with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. That would be awesome. Okay. Let's get this guy going. I don't think there's anything on here. No wonder we can get it right. Sure ain't. That is a clean hook if I ever seen one. All right. We're going to take some chances. See what happens. I will, for those that are not familiar with it, in the state of Kentucky, you cannot use sport fish for bait, but you can use rough fish. So we're going to throw this drum out their hole and see if we can get a hold of something that's going to cause us some problems. All right. If I do hook into something pretty good, we'll holler at little nephew or brother-in-law, which I may get one of them to come over here and join me before too long. And if it gets too dark on us, I do have light. So I can definitely put more light. We got a lantern. I got this thing over here run by D batteries. Oh, if I can keep them sinking into the ground. Should be a good laugh. Looks like Dam turned all their lights on. And this is such a nice spot. We actually do have lights up here behind us. Now, I don't think I am, I think we're too far from those lights for them to make a difference as far as like recording this. And I know a lot of people do like the neon lights with the neon rods, but I don't have that fancy of a setup. I'm just out here with the rod and reels I have. Enjoying myself. All right, let's see. Who's talking to us? Who did I miss? They're still in, Kim. I'm sorry. All right, I got a few people that I don't believe are from around here. If you are not, wherever you're from, go ahead and text in the comments. I want to hear where everybody's from. Because I think I'm going to catch another fish. Maybe y'all can let me know what's going on. That Fish of the Year contest I have, right now we have entries from 11 different states. I received an entry this morning from Oregon. Did we get them? I don't think so. Of about a 7-foot long sturgeon. He didn't exactly say. I was just looking at the picture. Man, that's awesome. I would always That's one of them fish that I don't think I'm ever going to get to catch. Maybe one day. But I really don't fish in areas that have river sturgeon. So that'll make it difficult. You got to fish where they're at to actually catch any of them. Let's see. Let's see if we can get another one. We're getting good little bites right there. If this thing bends over, oh, it's going to get interesting. Somebody's going to have to bring the net. Somebody's going to have to grab the camera. It's about a whole, just about 1 pound drum on there. Hey, Kenny Ramirez. Bait the weight. That's right. I'm actually sitting in Kentucky right now. I normally fish the Indiana side of the Ohio River, but I have some family in from out of town, so we came over here to the dam. And this is really a heck of a spot. When I first moved to this area back in the early 2000s, here we go. Give it just a little bit more. Nope. It's all right. The state record blue catfish, which was 102 pounds, was caught right in this area right here. Now that guy was a big fish fisherman. He had everything set up to do it. That's what he done. I think he was retired. He just done it every day. They got up in one of them big holes, dropping skipjack. But more power to him, man. When I'd seen that was just pretty awesome. I thought it was really cool. I never did get to run into him, have any kind of conversation. I sure would have liked to. Oh, let's see. Riverside, lake or ocean? Definitely river. Ohio River. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit better. We'll see. Moving over there. Let's stand up. There we go. Oh, let's hope we didn't swallow it. Might have swallowed it.
Last piece.
Well, apparently I'm the only one over here fishing. Looks like all my help's over there. So I'm going to have to step away just for a minute. So if you guys don't mind, like I said, just go and drop what state you're in, what kind of fish you've been catching. Heck yeah, I'll be back in just a few minutes. If this thing takes off, just start sending me a bunch of messages. All right. Alright, I should have some pliers in here. So I'll be back pretty quick. Let's see what we got. We have a few people watching, a few likes. I always appreciate the likes. Uh-oh, we're about to catch one right there. We're about to catch one right there. We're going to just break that off. Retie here in a minute. Put this dude right here. This dude here. Throw him in there for bait in case things just really start firing up. All right, I'm gonna flip this rod. We'll see what happens with this rod. Like I said, they're over there being good patriots there, good compatriots. They're getting the fire going. This little rod right there. See what happens. Tell you the truth, I'm not even sure what he has on this rod. I know the one on the end has cut bait. I think that one right there definitely has cut bait.
That's probably enough for today.
You can see me put live bait on that bait. All right. Are they going? Nope. Maybe not. He had it out the ways. What do you have? Oh, he ain't got nothing. See, empty hook every day of the week. We're gonna throw a piece of shrimp on there real quick. That's all right. Matter of fact, we're gonna just set this one right here in the middle. There we go. Nothing's running off with that. We should have time to get to it. All right. Let's set this here. All right. Well, I don't know if I got any bites while I was gone. We'll see. Oh. Definitely need a new hook. Well, that's convenient. Just have a flashlight set up right in there, right off the bat. It'd be a little more convenient if I knew where all these hooks were at. It's too small. Too large.
Like
You know what? I won't be afraid to throw that. Let's see if we can get this done.
I'll be honest, it's French.
There we go. Did you get that untied all right? Did you get a bite?
No.
Okay. Still got shrimp on there?
Yep.
All right. You can put whatever you want. I just threw a shrimp on there. All right. Looks like y'all can still see. Look down at my phone. It don't look black or nothing. Yep, let's see where I'm working. Pretty feisty. There we go. Put that circle hook on there, maybe they won't swallow next time. Also, maybe if I set the hook just a little bit faster. All right, there we go. Rock. don't do that. There we go. Yeah, let's see. All right, that's right. Randy, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, man, that last live we done, that was fire. The last two, really. Almost 8,000 views in the one. Didn't really get a bunch of subs out of it, but that last one, man, so many subscribers. Awesome. I do shorts and do some long form content, although I haven't been doing a lot of it this year. Kind of been working on one or two and just haven't gotten around to finishing it. But there's plenty of it out there. Like I said, we do the Fish of the Year contest, Fish of the Month. If you'd like to enter, just send it to that email address that's pinned right there. If you want any more information on it, just let me know there. The contest is for fish that's caught in this calendar year, though. Any species, but we have fish from 11 different states. Right, I have it to where it's just U.S. citizens and void where not where prohibited. Some of that stuff I don't have any control over. Just those rules just have to be. There we go. Man, they are just on fire one right after another. We'll be right back. Let's see. He's already back. This thing is just full of them drum.
20 or 30 minutes.
Now, Big Rod has a live drum on it. That's why it's moving a little bit like that. For something to take it, which I like to see that it's moving because then I know that it's alive. But for something to take it, that rod will bend over it. It'll be hot stuff. I'll be hollering for help. Like, Nathan, help me. Help me, Nathan. Grab the net. Grab the camera.
What?
Oh, I like it. He was listening that time.
It's delayed in the head.
He heard the magic words. Brandon, if you want to pull that cart around about where you're at and light that lantern, you're free to do that anytime you feel like it. I may need it over here in a little bit, but as of right now, I think we can see everything just fine. Boy, every time I look down at this, I'm getting light. Good stuff. May not be exactly what I want. What I want is about a 30 pounder, 20, 30, 10, 5, whatever, to knock that rod over. Have us get nice, exciting eating it. There we go. Ah, he didn't come off. No, he didn't come off. Look at him. He didn't come off. What we got? One more drum. Just wearing these little guys out. I like it. That's 3 since we turned on the camera. I think that's going to be the last one I keep for cut bait. Just in case we start having a really good night. It'll be the last one. The rest of them we'll throw back. Yeah, that guy's moving. I turn on my light here in a minute. Oh, y'all can kind of see. I always said if they'd ever let me, and I could ever get any kind of plastic surgery done. My wife thinks I'm stupid. I said, but what I really want is one of them headlights that planted right there in my forehead. Where I can just hit the button. Have a little bit of light. That was caught on Nightcrawler. And on this rod right here, I have a
Hey,
live
Jeff, did you
drum.
grab my
Do what?
Switchblade? The switchblade?
The switchblade?
Yeah, the one where we were over there. Oh, you do have it.
Right there? Yeah. All right. But man, that'd be so convenient. Touch your forehead and get a little light. I like it.
Got my flashlight.
Well,
Don't lose him.
hopefully I'm not having issues. Oh man, he's got a little light. Oh yeah, you can probably hang that thing right there. Oh man, that lighted my whole world up. Can't see the glow sticks over there too good, especially that one on the end, but I'll be all right. You guys are helping me out.
I can see.
I can see. I've done a little video with Brandon and my sister before. And Brandon's always so fun because he's just goofy. Keeps me on my toes. I like it. Pretty good stuff. Brandon, do you have any kind of light? Did you say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have this other thing over here that you can use for light for sure. I'll just move it out of my way. Turn it over. That little monster right here. One of the things we did right before it got dark, I started setting all this up, as we went around and just made sure we picked up all of our stuff. If you want to know what area you're in, and you know, you don't want to be tripping over stuff at night, and you don't, and it's easier. Missed it. Easier to look for it if you know where it's at. That's the big, one of the big things. So you gotta know where your stuff's at. All right, don't know if I even got a hook on it. I do. Let's see, I have some night crawlers right here. Oh, you didn't have to bring that whole thing over here. I was, have some miscommunication sometimes. I sure appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
He said take the cart. I said take the cart.
No, what the deal is with the cart is a lot of times I'll hang the lantern on the cart because I don't have a 10-foot tall stick sitting right there. Like that's what we done last time.
Yeah.
Is we just hung it on the I have a fishing cart over here. It's a pier cart that I purchased from Amazon and ended up replacing every single bolt pretty much right off the bat because it wasn't designed to be put through what I was going to put it through. And then I ended up making my own box for it. And my wife painted it John Deere colors. And I've recently got accused of it being Green Bay colors. which ain't happening. I'm a Bears fan. Oh, there we go. You found me. That's right. Jaden, hey, new here. Appreciate that. I always like new and old, and been here a few times and returning. And I have a live drum on this rod right here. So if you see that moving just a little bit, that's what that's about. I do have a couple other fishermen with me, so if they get on a fish, I'm going to turn that camera around and we'll just get on whatever action we can get on. I have caught a few drum right here, and I think I just kind of constantly getting bites once I get it in their area. So the little bit of tapping there is not getting me too excited because, like I said, it's almost, here we go. We got something to get excited about now. Give me a second here. That's a real big one. We just roll that dude right on in here. Now, did we get him in the mouth? Yeah, we did. Look at that. Oh, it got playing dirty. Got sand in my eyes. I have a couple of these already set up for bait. Do you want me to just throw this one back, or do you guys want to throw it back?
We'll throw them back today.
All right. Bait, plate, throw it back in the lake. This little guy's going back in the river. There he goes. Good times. Dirty as can be. Ready to eat a sandwich.
Hey Jeff,
Yeah.
he took your glow stick.
Which one?
The fish just took your glow stick off of your pole.
I didn't never had a glow stick on this
Oh,
pole.
I thought I took it.
No. This is something I'm just casting and playing with. I can't
Jeff,
believe.
should I clean the fish
I think that's like 5 fish, and I want to say for any of my nighttime lives, that's already my record. So we got that going for us. Brandon was wearing them out earlier. He had the spot. And Nathan went over and caught a catfish. Caught a couple of Kentucky bass earlier today.
Jeff, do you want me to clean the catfish on the?
You can clean the catfish wherever you want. If you want to move that thing, you can.
I don't want that.
If you're done charging,
No.
okay. When you're
I
done
will
charging,
not
turn
charge.
that off, okay? I brought way too much stuff with me. I have a power inverter with a battery so we can charge phones and do that sort of stuff. Yes, that was the dam alarm. Oh, here we go again. I am in Kentucky. I'm on the Kentucky side of the Ohio River, right by the Cannelton Dam. Heck yeah. Kind of like that fishing where you just catch them one right after another and you don't have to move. Nope, you let go. Close. Not real far out there. Man, this is fun. Are y'all having fun? I enjoy it. That looks good on the camera. All that blue. Alex, hope you're having a good evening. Fun next time. I know I answered you, but I hope you're doing all right. I just came from some guys fishing in Lake Erie. Last year, I actually got to go see Lake Erie. I didn't get to fish, but we went out there to look at the new piece of equipment that we were getting at my job. And, stayed a couple of days. Maybe it was just overnight one day. And we went and checked out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, kind of just went and walked down by Lake Erie. I've been to a previous job I had. I went to Ohio a bunch. And I like Cannelton, Ohio, which I haven't went back. I went out there and worked. And man, I just had, I didn't go to the Hall of Fame, but just hanging out, and I just really enjoyed myself there. I liked it. It was a cool little city. I thought. Pretty good food. That's right. So, any of y'all see that I pinned that email address? That's for my Fish of the Year contest, Fish of the Month contest. We're sponsored by, I hadn't mentioned yet, but we are sponsored by Big Tails Fishing Tackle, which is a local bait shop. But they're more than a bait shop. They're probably like they're not quite Academy, but they have some really good stuff. For anything you would need to fish this area, for sure. But he has some really quality like bass lures. He has a bunch of handmade stuff, a bunch of local stuff. Oh, we need to get them. A few rod and reels. He has some high-tech line. Guy's really knowledgeable. And then we have another sponsor that does like online sales. They do like sales on a Facebook group. Everything good there?
Yeah.
My man. I don't think we're having quite the night we did the other night. But we're just getting started. I enjoy it.
Mother ducker.
Uh-oh. Tearing stuff up. Let's see if we can keep from hooking them in the ear. There we go. This rod right here, all I have on is a split shot and a night crawler. And I'm not like casting it out real far. I'm just casting it out a little bit. Trying to catch any fish that are just swimming 20 feet off the bank right here. This one I have it probably not casted out as far as I would like. But I want to say it's a little deeper than where I'm catching this stuff. So with that being a drum, I would think if there's a bigger fish going around, seeing that thing's injured, and they want to pick it off, double that rod up, test my knot tying skills. Well, we didn't actually go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We were definitely visiting on the cheap. When I went there, they had a hot dog apparently from a fish concert there, like a set piece. So that would definitely be the most interesting because I've always kind of been known for eating a lot of hot dogs. Hot dogs, sandwiches, hamburgers, quite a few donuts. But when it's still on there, all it came off. But when we went in, I think Metallica had just got into the hall the year before or something. So they did have some Metallica merchandise there, and I think I didn't spend a whole lot of money, but I think I picked up a little Metallica thing. We didn't. Yeah. We worked. Let's see. We went down there the night before. We ate. I think we worked about 8 or 9 hours the next day. Then we went and ate. Then rode around. I don't remember what night we rode around town. We must have done it the first night. I don't know. It's been over a year ago. Because I know some of the guys went to the bar after, like when the first night we were there, they went to the bar after we got there, and I passed out going to the bar. Too far from home. I didn't want to go out there and get influenced into getting more drunk than I wanted to be. I've been on the road a bunch of times with work. I don't know how that stuff goes. I had a job years ago where I was traveling doing industrial cleaning. No doubt. I am a big... I've seen Metallica 11 times. I ended up skipping a few of the concerts. Some of it I just didn't know they were coming around, kind of moved around and trying to figure stuff out. But my first Metallica, my first Metallica concert was during the Black album, when they toured with the Black album. I did get to see him when they done the Garage Days Inc. There we go, another bite. Nope. Too much. Oh, he's on there. We got it set. Oh, he's fighting too hard. Let's see, where's that dang line at? See? Man, I might have to switch to shrimp. I'm gonna run out of night crawlers. Messing around too much. But getting to see him on that Garage Days tour, that was awesome. That was like a small venue. I want to say it was the Aragon in Chicago. It was really like limited seating. Good friend of mine got tickets, which we all got in line to get tickets, and he pulled the tickets, so we went. And when we went, the only thing that they played was songs off of the Garage Days. All they done was the covers, which is pretty cool. But they did have an opening act that played their normal music. Now, my favorite Metallica song. It's one that I've only seen at concert one time, and it's the first Metallica song I ever heard. Like I grew up in Kentucky. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Might get something interesting going on. So, growing up in Kentucky, we didn't get, back in the 80s, we didn't get like any heavy metal music. Whatever we could find on MTV, that was like nothing was on the radio. You might hear an Ozzy song every now and then, a Motley Crue. So my family's from, my mom's side of the family is from Gary, Indiana, which is right there by Chicago. So I go up there, and my Uncle Jim, who's like 4 years older than me, says, "Oh, Jeffrey, come here." He gets his tape deck out. He's sitting outside, I think, probably waiting on us. He done the little thing with the tape to get it exactly right, and put on Damage Incorporated. And man, I was sold. That was definitely. But as far as their most iconic song, it just has to be Inner City. I mean, that was by far their most popular song. Okay. I still think that's that little guy. I don't think that's 10 pounders. Let's see here. I'll try this one more time. Oh, that is not much fun. My worms here got wet. So I'm kind of playing in the mud.
What should I do with the carcass? Jeff,
Yeah.
what should I do with the carcass?
Probably bury it, dispose of it properly, throw it in the fire,
Throw it in the fire.
or that might make the fire stink real bad. I don't know. He cleaned that, he caught that catfish, and he bloodied. He done the where you bleed it out. Apparently, he filleted it up. Might throw it on the grill. Got a few people still watching. I don't know if any of them are Metallica fans or not. What are y'all's favorite Metallica song? What I want to hear. There we go, another one. Oh, he's fighting back a little bit. Let's get up. Let's not lose. Still on the drum. We're still on the drum. All right. Back you go. Try again. All right. Hey Nathan.
Yeah.
Or Brandon, whoever cares to help me out, whoever's not doing nothing. How are we doing on worms? If we're about out, would you care to bring me some shrimp? Maybe a few paper towels and a cold bottle of water? Can I get any help? Oh, he's on the phone. He ain't got time for my stuff. I can get up and get it myself. I think I only have about 6 people watching right now. Still got a worm. There's one muddy worm. What's it in there? Or is it just mud? Hey, you can actually see what's going on here. There we go. Let's see. Let's check this again. Oh my God, you have picked, yep, The Day That Never Comes. That whole album, dude, that's, you know, Saint Anger, I like the title song, and I like the remix from Within My Hands. But Death Magnetic, man, that is my favorite Metallica album since I've heard National Public. Which, of course, I like Injustice for All and all that. But, yeah, Death Magnetic, man, I felt so much in that. It's just such the day that never comes. Was it The Unforgiven 3? Let's feel it. See, I think that's still that drum. I think something actually hits it, that thing and double over. Pretty dang sure. Hey, there's Linda. I know that chick. I hope you're having a good night. Nice and quiet. You and the kitties. We've only caught the one kitty. I'd like to see some more. Nice big fat ones. Ain't that right? You gonna come over here and say hi to your mom? He walked away. Yep. Linda said hi, Nathan. He must be too shy. There's a ball. Let's go. Well, I like night fishing like this. A little bit of light, catching a few, waiting on a big bite. We've just had them big bites come through and over the years. I mean, we try for them a lot, maybe not get them. But we've definitely had a come through. Sabaton. Let's see, that is, aren't they the group that does all like the war music? Because I want to say I just seen them with, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I think I just seen them with Judas Priest last year, which is my second time seeing Judas Priest. My wife's first time. Still good, although not what he was back in the early 90s. But who can be? That's just asking too much. Dude's like 70. It's nice to see him just get out there and do his thing. But whoever had opened for him, whether that was the same band or not, I think it was, we really enjoyed them. We thought they were pretty good. We liked it. I do a few concerts every now and then. Seen all kinds of stuff. Lots of rock and metal, and a couple of country concerts and a couple of rap concerts. Said, I figure I got to be one of the only people that's seen Martina McBride, Deli, and War in concert, and that's with all of them headlining. That's not just them being extra acts. Good old War, Sepultura. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait. seen a few comedians lately. Seen Fluffy and Bert a couple times. Oh, we're losing them. We ain't getting the viewers. Maybe next time. Well, at least with Brandon and Nathan out here, it's not exactly like I'm out here talking to myself.
I'm still listening.
That's right. Enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah.
Got a nice little fire going. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to get up and get some of my own bait. These fellas ain't gonna help me out. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah, I'm getting bait.
They got their own fish to catch. You getting bait? Oh, you getting worms? Sell some of those garlic worms?
Yeah.
Boy, do they stink. Oh, they smell awful or what?
I haven't smelled them.
Good. Because they smell awful. When I opened up the cooler to buy them, they smelled really gross. All right, let's see. Where we commented on this. Mike Lockhart. Man, I appreciate that. Oh man, all the way from Denmark. You guys do any fishing out in Denmark? I'd have to think so. I bet you guys have like northern pike and muskie, that sort of thing. I know just about everybody has trout. A friend of mine was telling me a story. I guess he'd done a book report on it one time about how the English, like back when England was like a big thing, how basically every colony they were settling, they were bringing rainbow trout with them and putting them in the streams everywhere. And that's how rainbow trout basically got to be a thing all across the world. I know one guy got in a little trouble for trout fishing out in Afghanistan right about the time one of the wars hit. Whew. That's out there living it. Something that rod bends over, y'all just shoot me a bunch of messages, maybe on it.
He's taped on, right, Jeff?
Do what?
Taped?
Odessa, Missouri. I like it. I have family out in Missouri. From transplants from Wisconsin. All right, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Just give me a few seconds here. Gotta do a little maintenance. Do what now?
I was asking if it was taped.
Taped?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
realized
it's taped on.
and I didn't worry about it.
Yeah. And we're not forgetting about that one all the way over there. Right?
Nope.
I am looking for flashlight. I know there's a whole other bag of.
I think I'm back over your fucking line again, Jeff. Oh no, that's a fish, right?
There is a whole other bag of shrimp in there, so I'm gonna take this in the bag.
Maybe garlic worms is where it's at.
Dude, garlic worms are hot.
Look at this.
You're already getting a bite. Them night crawlers, as soon as I casted them out, I was getting bites. Oh, mackerels? I've ate mackerel before. Brandon, or Nathan,
What?
would you care to bring me a cold water? If you're not into something serious. Ah. Now we're going to throw a shrimp on here. Let's see if we can get any cats. Get away from these drums. Or at least see if we can get on them. Them drums get really big. The drum I'm catching tonight are very small. And at some point, if that live drum doesn't seem to be getting any bites, I may switch over to cut things. Let's see here. Here we go. All the way from Denmark.
No way.
I like it. What was that show? Oh, Netflix had a show on there about some Vikings, man, that I absolutely love. Oh, that's so cold. That's awesome. It was just so silly. It's a little bit serious, but very silly. And I guess that's probably not Denmark. Can't say as I really know whether Denmark was the Vikings or not. Seemed like it was somewhere over there. Let's see. You can manage two things at one time. Mike, I am fishing. I'm actually hoping for catfish, but we're just live bait fishing or cut bait fishing. Like I got a shrimp on, I got a live drum there, so we're basically just hoping for whatever bites, which could be anything from preferably big catfish to catch a drum. I do know that there's like bowfin in here. There's striper, there's wipers, smallmouth, largemouth. I'm forgetting one. Long-nosed gar. There's all kinds of species of fish in here. So we're just out here fishing, enjoying each other's company, enjoying doing the live, and gonna get what we can get. Vikings may have been the name of it, but I know the show wasn't like super serious. I know they had one Viking show that was like really hardcore violence and serious, and then they had one that was a lot funnier, which the main character was a guy that was a little short, big belly, somebody I could relate to. That's right. That's what I thought. Yeah, Norway. Yeah, Sweden. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Well, I would say a lot of those countries probably changed lines over the years. Or the borders had, as far as this war and that war. Well, I'd hate to see any real lightning show up. I see some like way off in the distance. I'll fish this heat lightning. We had a hell of a time getting to this spot. It's going to be a hell of a time getting out of this spot. Now, this evening, we're only looking at like 14% chance of rain, give or take. But we did have a little rain earlier. And that looked like real rain.
They're turning this shit up.
Did you get them?
Nope.
All right. Do better. Yeah, I like it. Nathan, quit fit. Oh, I see. Oh. He's at least watching a rod or two. Now, let's see. That's really cool. What type of rods am I using? Let's see. This is a ski reach rod with the reel that came with it. Now, I've had this rod and reel probably 15 years, I want to say. And I bought this Pro, let's see, Catfish Pro from Walmart last year. I want to say it was like 80 or 90 bucks. It is probably not the best catfish rod reel setup you can get, but it's an upgrade from like the Zepco 888, which I was using before I bought this one. And then I have another Daiwa reel that I've had for probably 25 years or better, easily 25 years. I think I bought it back in '95. That I'm using now, with just one of those like Zepco rods. It's not anything too fancy. I'll upgrade on a rod and reel, I believe, next year. There's a guy over on Facebook I got to be friends with. He does like a lot of lives on Facebook with big ass rods. He makes custom rods. I think I'm gonna have him. Yeah, what we got? We just got nothing, right? Got a big current change, I think. As soon as I cast this out, it is going straight to the right. Looks like this guy's still alive, which is a whole live drum. Yeah, I think. Out here on the Ohio River. About 9 o'clock our time. Man, nice. Hey, you've been out there catching some nice blues and nice flats. Why don't you take the time to, because I know I haven't had a fish enter from Missouri yet, but I pinned that email address up there that you can send me a picture of a fish you caught this year and to enter it into my Fish of the Year contest. It's like a Fish of the Year, Fish of the Month. It is just done by popular vote. I have a Facebook group where we vote for Fish of the Month, and then the Fish of the Year, I'll put it on my social media channels. You know, we'll go from there as far as like voting, see who wins on my couple of my Facebook pages. And, I don't get a whole lot of activity over there on Instagram, and I cannot hardly get YouTube to cooperate with it. When I post a video on YouTube, the last time I done it, like trying to get comments or votes or whatever, they took it down. They didn't allow comments. So pretty much all that stuff, I just do it over on Facebook. But man, if you want to send me something, I'd appreciate it. We give away a little trophy, gift card. I got a couple of sponsors this year. I'm hoping to get more. We'll do at least one random drawing. If I get my sponsorship spots filled, I'll do a couple of random drawings. Well, we give away Fish of the Years for adult male, adult female, youth male, youth female. It's our 5th year. But it is our first time opening it up to the all the age groups. Because before it was just like one overall. Yes, I agree. I can feel them hit way quicker than just having them in the rod. Yeah. Oh yeah. Which we have, like I have other people out here fishing with me, and we have rods, you know, going across the tank. And if we get onto one, you know, I'll flip it around and we'll watch them catch it. I may have to give them a hand or whatever. But that's the idea. I was burning up when I had night crawlers. I was sitting here burning up some drum. I think I caught about 6 of them on camera. And I have a whole live drum on this rod. So it moves around a little bit, but I haven't seen it really, you know. Oh, there you go. You ain't moving that at all, are you? You just got a little bump as soon as you turned your back.
This one?
Yep. You probably haven't checked them other ones in a long time, have you?
Been doing nothing. The cut bait.
We got cut bait, shrimp, worms, live shrimp, lightning off in the dang distance, trying to. I may be over this line. There we go. This rod right here, I just have a split shot and a hook on the bottom of it. I'm really just trying to fish shallow. But since it's gotten dark, it seems like the current's really picked up. Every time I cast out, it just drifts right. Hear a bunch of talking down there. They probably hear a bunch of talking down here. What we got? 11. Whole smorgasbord, that's right. 30 pounds, that's my best flathead. It's pretty pitiful because fishing on the Ohio River as much as I do, I really should have a 50. I think that's in this area about a 50-pound flathead is about the minimum for being considered like a really big fish. But we don't have. I do know of a few people to catch 7-pound bass around here, but not very many. So we're not really like in a big bass area. I think it's just swimming straight to the damn right. You got it, passed it to the right. But big catfish are calling. That's definitely. Supposedly we have a couple of big crappie lakes. Oh, it's barely hanging on. We're not close. Hook's sticking out. Hook is there. We're gonna cast it this way. Maybe look where we're talking. See if I can get hung up with my. There we go. Let's see if anybody has anything to say. Paducah, Kentucky, that's right. Yeah, dead carp everywhere. That's which, you know, you get the bow fishermen out here shooting carp. And we all know like Asian carp is just a big thing. So I try not to worry about too much. All those guys like their bow fishing. I don't know if we're ever going to get to a spot where we get the Asian carp under control. Probably not. There's some visitors over there with flashlights. Thought that might have been my people for a minute. They're out here fishing, they're all my people. We got a little pier over here behind me. What am I fishing for? Well, I'm fishing for about anything. Like I said, we caught a bunch of drum earlier. Caught one decent catfish. This afternoon we got on some bass. Me and my brother-in-law both caught bass. I caught a decent little, well, keeper size Kentucky bass, like about 12 to 15 inches. Not really good. I have seen, and it's been years. Yeah, I know that thunder's sunk. I'm on. See, it's still not really predicting anything other than like 25 to 15% chance of rain. There ain't nothing really big going on as far as all that goes. Hopefully it all just stays over there and doesn't come bother us. If it does, I think we'll just have to try and ride it out under the canopy. See what's going on over there. You guys reeling one up, man?
Cracking them.
Good idea. Should be a good spot for it. We pulled up, we'd seen people already had sticks set up for rod holders and that sort of thing. And I've known a few people that have said that they're really catching them out here, the last couple of weeks. Little guys moving around there. See if we can get it really moving. Yeah, just need to see it freaking double over. Oh man, we've gotten bunch of storms out this way. Not necessarily right on top of where I live, but like old boy saying, Paducah, Kentucky, between me and Paducah, Kentucky, there have been some terrible storms. Like tornadoes coming through and just decimating town. It's terrible. Houses just being blown over. I think the last time I went down to Kentucky Lake, actually it was a couple years ago. I didn't really go to Kentucky Lake. I went down there to fish. I forget the name of the creek, but one of the creeks that they stopped the trout into. We went down there to do a little trout fishing, and seen all that damage on the way. Caught trout. Made a little video. Have it up on my channel here. The one video is actually one of my more popular videos. Now I'm not big time. If I get a few hundred views on a video, that's on a long video, that's definitely one of my better videos. We had a good time. I was just throwing a little baits. Another video, I think I went walking around the creek. I don't remember what I was throwing that day, but we all caught one. But there were a bunch of people out there. It was like opening day of trout season. It was crazy. There's so many people out there, it's almost embarrassing. All right. I don't want to get hung up with that line. That line's moved over a bunch. You may want to just feel this to see what's happening. Like I said, I have a whole live drum on this one. And in Kentucky, you can't use sport fish. The drum's not sport fish. You can use drum fish. In Indiana, you can use anything that's legally caught, or legally obtained, legally caught. I think a lot of people get that real confused, and they're just so used to the idea of people not using stuff like bass and crappie for bait that it kind of pisses them off just to think about it. And I'm not real big on pissing people off. That kind of thing is yeah, I do some, that's right. When it's opening season, when the shorelines are full, that's definitely right. I do a bunch of shorts. Shorts are so easy. And then recently, I just kind of found a style of short that I really like, which is asking bait, plate, or throw it back in the lake. So whenever I catch a fish, I just, I'll say the line and then hold the fish up. I like it. A few people I work with, they kind of like it. Go ahead. Let's see. It does fly. Let's see if we can get that thing tugged back. Last time I was doing a live, we didn't get this much wind, and we had bugs everywhere, and I'm talking and the bug flies right in my mouth. Definitely just not holding my mouth right. Oh, that's pretty good. 2,000. I like it. I'm sure we do get a lot of mayflies. I definitely am not an expert on like fly fishing stuff.
Bring up a log.
I went out and
A couple of logs if you want me to.
done a little bit of fly fishing recently.
Two big fish.
Let's see if we can get a big hit on this. Last year I caught a couple of decent blue cats. This year I caught last year, first time I went live on Facebook, I caught a 35-inch flathead. I didn't weigh it, but that was a pretty good sized flathead, and it was Kentucky, they consider a trophy flathead to be 35 inches. And you send it into the state, to their DNR stuff, and they'll recognize your trophy fish, and they'll send you a little patch, sticker and a patch. And if you get 3 of them, you get a Master Angler Award. Indiana does a fish and beer contest like I do. That's actually where I got the idea from. I won it back in 2005 with like 3.5-pound white bass. Pretty good fish, pretty good time. And then last year I won it for a bowfin. Bunch of rough fish. It is what it is. Yeah, I bet I got that in too close. We're gonna recast this thing. I just hate to see leaving it sitting there all night, not doing nothing. I'll check it out. Can y'all see that? Let's see. Think I'll catch a big old flathead? I hope so. We'll find out together. See if any of these knots hold up. Oh, looks like the nightcrawler bite died down. Angled up. Here. That's a snack. Yeah, that white bass was so big I didn't even know what it was. I really wasn't familiar with white bass at the time. And to catch something like that, it was definitely a shock. We didn't, we come, a friend of mine just passed away, so it was a different kind of fishing trip for me. So I was just sitting there kind of fishing, thinking about that. It was the day after Thanksgiving. We had a little fire going. And it was the only fish we caught that day. Which is pretty rare. I was out fishing with my Uncle Mike. Normally he carries the line. If we're going to catch anything, normally he's the one catching. But when we got back, we looked at the Indiana puts out a book, like their different rules and stuff, regulations, and they have fish descriptions on there. And then we could tell definitely through the descriptions that it was definitely a white bass. And then we looked and seen that the state record white bass is 4 pounds and 2 ounces. And we knew that fish was close to 4 pounds. By the time I actually got it weighed, it was like 3.5 pounds. So I was off from the state record quite a bit, but it was good enough for an Indiana fishing. And it's really, when I'm talking to other like experienced fishermen who fish for a lot of different species, it's one of the fish I keep in my back pocket as far as like knowing that odds are I've caught some bigger fish than they've caught. And that white bass is definitely pretty rare. I run into somebody who's caught a bigger white bass. That's definitely. All right, what we got here? Hey, I know that chick. Larkin, you're a little late. We were wearing them out earlier. Brandon was catching them. Nathan caught a real nice catfish. When I turned the live on and I was sitting here, I got the first hour of the live, probably the first 4 minutes. I caught like 6 drum, which is what I have on this one. So when this rod's dinging like that, it just has a whole wide drum on it. If we get a bite on this one, it's actually good, like double over. But we have a few rods on wide up against the bank here. So if anything happens, we'll switch over, do all that. Nathan, is your phone still plugged up? Thank you. Have a little power inverter over here. You know, everybody likes to have a little power. Pretty convenient being way out here. It's a pain in the butt to get it here. It's going to be a pain in the butt to get it out of here. We had to pass everything down. There's a little rock wall to get down to this spot. This was definitely, there's more convenient spots to fish. So hopefully it'll be worth the hassle. Which has kind of been worth the hassle. Everybody's caught fish. Everybody's caught fish in this spot. So no personal best yet or anything. We'll figure it out, but don't call me Shirley. Man, I used to work with somebody that there were two guys, and one of them would always say something about Shirley, you'll figure it out. Or Shirley this or Shirley that, and the other guy was constantly, I'll do it, but don't call me Shirley. Like the old airplane line. Speaking of old movies, looks like they're bringing back Naked Gun. That should be a lot of fun. Old serious, as serious as Liam Neeson is to get into that role should be pretty good. More white down there. I like the breeze and a little bit of cloud cover. Man, I hate all that light. As long as it stays down there, I guess I'll be just fine. Fun next time. I appreciate the heck out of it. Let's see, I'm gonna go to the channel and we'll just hit subscribe on that. I'll see what else you got going on. I appreciate it. All the way from Denmark. Oh, there's my big barge coming through. Now out here on the dam, normally when I'm fishing on the river down a little closer to the house, when the barge comes through, it stirs everything up. And when we get our bites, a lot of times that's when the barge comes through. It makes everything move. So out here on the dam, when the barge comes through, it kind of raises or lowers the water level as it's going through the lock of the dam. Not exactly the same kind of effect, but we'll see. Anytime that water gets moving, giving the fish a reason to get active always helps. In my opinion. That's right. Ain't that late? There's a little shrimp out there. Brandon, you on the last of the night crawlers?
Yeah, there's probably like 15.
Okay. That's right. Woohoo! We need to get Larkin a fish. She's a bit of an outdoorsman. If I understand that right. Big into farming and stuff. I don't know how big into it, but whatever. Into that kind of stuff. I had chickens for a while. Had ducks, rabbits. My grandpa had all that stuff. Worked at a steel mill, come home, feed all the animals, run us kids around. Pretty good fellow. I don't think he ever had pigs or cows. I'm sure he did when he was a kid, because I know he did. But remember him fattening up a turtle once or twice. Had a turkey that would chase everybody off. Turkey always wanting to fight. Had honeybees. Yeah. Getting some messages. Yeah, a little sheep show. Robert Hill, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping in. Oh, I got a picture from my honey. Let's see. Oh, looks like nothing important. Well, not that she's not doing anything important, but she texted me. Texted me the 3 things that my nephew forgot at the house, because they're here fishing, and I think they're planning on leaving from here to go back home. And he's got this little head thing that he wears after the shower. Earwax removal, but I don't think he's too worried about the earwax removal. And it looked like a little Adidas bag or something like that. That's all he forgot. That's not true. Ain't that right, Nathan? He ain't listening. We're playing with the fire. I like it. They've always fished for me. Well, that thing moves around a little bit. If we ever get one on that one, we are going to have a good night. His bonnet. Deb thought that bonnet looked like it was homemade. Did you make that, Larkin? I seen him wearing that the other night. It's like, what the hell? Whatever. Oh, Kuma paid off. Alright, let's try this. I don't have enough hair to worry about a bonnet. That's right. Around that shrimp water. Man, this has been a long day. It wasn't 94 degrees outside, which we got lucky with some cloud cover. Setting up that canopy helped me anyway. I felt like we done a lot of walking, dragging that cart through my pier cart through the sand and stuff. Actually, tonight. Did our people down there leave, or are they just sitting there in the dark?
I think they all left.
Oh well, they weren't here very long. Might be smarter than we are. I don't know. You need light. This big thing behind me gives out plenty of light. Oh, he's got a flashlight. He's got a leak. Let's see. Linda's friend Emily got it for him. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, in Kentucky, I believe on the Ohio River, you can fish with as many rods as you want. In Indiana, no matter where you're fishing, you're only allowed 3 rods. Which I've only have the 2 right here. It's, it's always a good idea. you always like the idea of just having like 10 or 15 rods set up across the bank. But in the end, if they start biting, it just ends up being like a big hassle. You end up with your lines all crossed over each other. Which I could see where it would help, as far as if you're trying to use different type of bases, figure out what they're biting on. And you get a few of them biting and then switch everything over to that. I like that. As far as all that goes. Let's see what we got going. I just did nothing with this thing. Could just be that drum dragging everything around. But we'll see. Why a stamp for a third? Man, that sounds awful. They just money us. It's Kentucky. There's, of course, you're buying your trout. You buy your trout stamps. Which I'm buying all my stuff out of state. And then to fish the strip pits, like the reclaimed coal mines, you have to buy a stamp for that place. And in Indiana, some of the like lakes we fish, we have to buy a stamp for the boat. You have to buy a permit to enter it. After buying your fishing license, after buying your trout salmon stamp. I mean, it's nice to have places to fish and all that. It's nice that it's not all private. But man, help us out. I ain't exactly poor people. Hey, you try and make it tough on me. Oh, there's some legs. I like it. Yeah, just money. What kills me is like they tax fishing equipment before it ever even hits the store. On top of everything, on top of us paying sales taxes. And like I live right on the Indiana and Kentucky border, so Kentucky gas is cheaper because either they don't have as many taxes on it, or let's see, oh, there's still people here, or they're like suspended their taxes on it, because Indiana gas is about 20 to 30 cents more expensive than Kentucky gas, and we tend to do most of our grocery shopping in Kentucky, so we end up just waiting to get gas and go to Kentucky and ask for the price. I don't really know if it's worth it to go there just to get gas, but hey, I got that email pinned there, Larkin. JFEFishoftheyear@gmail.com. What's the age groups? We have 4. It is over 18, male and female, under 18, male and female. It's the first year we're doing the different groups. It's the 5th year doing the Fish of the Year. But we've received so many entries that I just felt like it'd kind of be wrong to just have the one group. And right now, for Fish of the Month, we're doing over 18 and under 18. It's all popularity. It's not really, like I'm not asking people to measure or weigh the fish. It's just send it in. For like Fish of the Month, I have a Facebook group that we vote on Fish of the Month. And then at the end of the year, I'll put it on my Facebook channel. A couple of my Facebook channels. Well, I sure would like to see this rod just really a big fish hit that. I think it's gonna happen. Oh, it'll happen. Just didn't happen like I said. Well, we need to break another rod out. And probably need a decent rod holder. Break the other rod out and throw cut bait off this side. too heavy. Should have cut bait on it and a little rod holder. These big heavy duty rod holders I have here, it's just rebar and pipe off a junk car. A friend of mine welded it together. I don't have a welder. It's nice to have friends with stuff. Wife painted it. Yeah, I have cut bait on a couple of rods. I think we caught. I don't think we've caught anything on cut bait.
I just switched.
What did Nathan catch his on? Was it shrimp or night crawler?
I think that was night crawler. Regular. Regular night crawler.
Well, that drum's doing stuff. I really think if it was a fish big enough to eat it, that rod would do a lot more than that. Yeah, next they'll be charging us to sit on the bank. Yeah, we have one of my fishing spots. It's right off of a boat ramp, and I know it just burns some of them city officials' asses that we fish that bank all the time. They charge $5 to launch boats there, and I would hate to give them the idea, but I'm just like, they could always charge us to go fish the banks. Now I want to say Kentucky. I don't know for sure, but I think Kentucky has some particular laws about making sure the public has access to some of the bank fishing in some of these places. Now that could just be some crazy hillbilly stuff. I don't know. But I don't know. You see so many videos on YouTube about or on TikTok about people arguing over shorelines and people walking down the stream, and then homeowners getting mad because they're close to their properties. I kind of get it, where the homeowner would be worried about it. I don't know. I'm not really walking up and down those streams. I'm gonna go sit on the bank, do a little fishing. Might get out my boat every now and then. But I haven't really done any lives from the boat.
Hey Nathan. Does this have a sheet? Nathan.
Yeah. Nathan, you getting tired over there?
No.
No? Alright.
He said he wants some fire time.
He wants what?
He wants to sit by the fire.
Alright. Hey, just being the jerk that I am, so I don't have to get up. If you didn't mind bringing me that rod that's all the way on the far end,
Yep.
I'll fish with it off to my side right here. That one has the cut bait on it. That's one of my specialty rods. That's a rod my dad used for a long time. He passed away about a year before I started doing all this stuff. I think I want to say 2019. Mom passed away about 6 months before that. Yes. Kind of stuff always sucks. So make sure he doesn't lose any rods while he's helping me out. We got some rods and rod holders, but then I have one of those yellow sticks that you just stick in the ground. And he's got his rod just sitting on it. Last year when they came out, I want to say he caught a real decent long-nosed gar. I don't know that we caught much else. No, that was a dogfish you caught last year, wasn't it? Both ends. That's right. We caught a couple of rough fish. Yeah, sentimental value. That's for sure. That's for sure. I have a axe that he had also, just like a small axe. And I'll carry that with me when I'm fishing a lot. Bang that stuff. And then my ultralight, I bought it with some of the last money that mom had gave me while she was still alive, like birthday money, some shit like some stuff like that. Something ate half that damn tail, didn't it? Oh, let's go, old man. Oh my goodness, that is a small chin. I like it. Set this right. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, they didn't bite that yet. I'm gonna let it go. Now I gotta see if I have a knife in here. That's his rod and stuff. He must be drilling in that big rod. Alright, let's see what we have. Cold water. One time cold water. Pair of pliers. Bet I got a pocket knife in my pocket. There we go. Got a bunch of people over on the pier moving around. I don't know if it's because they're catching any fish or not. There's a bunch of noise. Until he's seen his teeth and tail. Some of the worst stuff we run into was one year we were using did metal baskets while we were paint fishing on the river, and it seemed like 3 or 4 trips in a row we were getting snakes in the dang metal basket, like crawling in the basket. Which the good thing is my uncle, he didn't care about snakes. The snakes didn't bother him at all. So he just pulled the snakes out of the basket. Is that you? Oh man, that sounded good for a second. Let's see if we can get this cut bait going. There we go. There we go. Oh, I do have some hand sanitizer around here somewhere. There we go. There's a big old piece of cut bait. Come on now. There we go. All right, let's get this guy out. See if that's going to do better than a live bait. A live bait just may be a little too big. I don't know. I got them. Don't lose your knife. Messing around in the sand, it's real easy to lose stuff like that. Be gone before you know it. I want to say that's just so. I want to say, maybe it is. Yeah, shoreline out. Appreciate you sticking around so long. Been out here quite a while. That's really cool of you. I don't know what you're up to tonight, but hope you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, a little cut bait, little live baits. I think they have some little different baits out there. May give it another hour and then switch back to finish up the night callers. I'd hate to take any of this stuff home. I'd just assume use all of them. You know. These guys moving pretty good. Let's just see. Just see if we can hold on to it. See if that rod just get real heavy. We're already using circle hooks on both of them. Which I know circle hooks aren't exactly what you want to. The idea is that it's taken in the rod bent over and you just reel it a couple times. Go from there. You know, then the act of reeling it should set the hook.
Where'd you put the air mattress?
The air mattress is in the box on the other side of the tent. On the other side of the tent. If you need a light to look for it, I have a light. But then you'll have to, like, take the fishing cart and stuff over there. And in one of the grocery bags is the pump to air it up. I think last year when we came out here and fished all night, he ended up sleeping on the, taking a little nap on the dirt. It's terrible. I know I'm not taking no naps on the dirt. They still has a little life to them. Need it. Track so big, about 50 pound catfish. Something like that. Something big enough to get excited. Oh, there's a bunch of hearts. I like it.
Color marked. What's that? It's a color mark.
What about the air mattress?
I don't want to do it with those.
Yeah, you've done good. I appreciate it. You know, I always find it surprising how many people get out here and watch. Comment.
So put
all
in,
that stuff.
if you're gonna fall, are you falling asleep up there?
Yeah.
Just
Set it in the dark.
yeah, just set in the driver's seat. There's a bunch of stuff up there. So if you can just move all the stuff to one side and drop the seat down. And then there's that red air mattress in there. Set that bad boy up and blow it up real fast. It won't take a second. Okay. What time do you want to leave here? What time do you need to be able to go?
I mean, we can pack up and leave at daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Maybe kind of asking a lot to try and leave here in the next hour or two.
No, I'm not trying to do all that. That's
Hey, did I lose my light stick? It's just on the wrong side. Sorry, I'm sitting right here in front of it. Bass Bros, we're fishing for whatever we can get. Buenos Aires. Nice. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff there. I got that one, a couple over there. Got a sleepy kid. Can't really blame them for that though. Stay up half the night, get up early. You know. How we do it. Go on little sleep. I would hope we catch some catfish. We've caught one so far. Probably about 18 inches or so. I'd say not real big. Not real small. Alright, that was bumping just a little bit. Looks like we still have a few people watching. Like, oh man, I just thought we was gonna have some action. Looking away too much. We'll be all hard-headed about it. If that thing bends over, that's when I'm gonna hit that reel. Make it happen. All right. Y'all help me watch these rods for a second. I gotta move around. I gotta move around just for a minute. Leave this dude right here. I'll be right back. I think I gotta wash my hands. Grab a quick snack. And there's about 10:30. 10 o'clock. Damn calms the catfish. Yeah. It is what it is. I go a lot. I may not be the best at it. I just try and go pretty often. Some days some days I'm on them. It has been a tough year around here. The water has just constantly been doing this. Mostly just being really hot. I think this is definitely the lowest I've seen it all year, and it's been steady for a few days. So that probably helped a lot. All right, I'm gonna grab a quick snack. I'll be right back. Oh. Is he going up to the?
Yeah, he's taking a nap, go to sleep.
Going to the trunk?
Yeah, he's got football
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Football game.
I don't think I have to go as far as I thought I did. He brought everything right here. Went right up there empty-handed too, didn't he?
So he's got my keys in his hand.
Sleepy little fella.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Dad, it would just kill my dad to know that. His big thing was never go up or down empty-handed. You're going. Something's going.
Pole's going.
Oh, which one?
Big one.
All right. Is it really
No.
going? Or is it jiggling? Just jiggled, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was going.
Yeah, it's got a whole live bluegill
Oh,
on
I know.
I'm almost ready. Go right here for Sachi's things.
You know, it's great. It's actually easier to see it on the phone than it is up there. I can just look at the phone. That's how I know it's watching the phone.
Well, the phone is about a second and a half behind. I don't think we're going to get the kind of numbers like we got last time. Because every time I've looked, we've only ever had one. We may not run out of water.
No, we're not.
It's not so bad.
And actually, if we drink enough, then we won't have any water to drink
On the way
or carry up.
to carry on the way back, yeah, that's the definitely the big gist of it. Did I lose everybody? Heck no, I gained a few people. How about that? Yeah, a lot of rain, lots and lots of weather. Better check my battery power here. 55. I think we can stay alive for 4 or 5 pound catfish. That's the way it is. See, that's that thing right there. I think that's people fishing off that pier. Well, they're doing all right. I've tried fishing off that pier a few times, but I really haven't. Ooh. Nothing important there. Check right there. That's muddy. Pretty muddy. Oh yeah. There we go. Cut bait. We're getting bites on that cut bait early. Well, I've seen it before to where it's been like little fish in there just eating up all the meat out of it. Pretty aggravating. Well, that's right. Gave him a little bit of that white monster. Oh. A little wetness on my phone. You don't like it. A bunch of racket. Live bait has moved in a while. Oh yeah, it did. It moved last time I got up. Got all excited. Oh, that's a old fish there. Oh, we hear ya. Lance, hoping for catfish. I think we'll kind of take what we can get. He's moving, so we're going to hold on to that and see what we got. That's live bait. That bait's big enough to shake that rod like that. Let's just see. If he tries to run or something, we just may try and take a look at it. I've seen it a bunch of times where they want to move around like that, right? They get all scared and something big comes by. Yeah, night fishing, if you don't have them little glow sticks, a little trick that I always like to use, I've used in a pinch, is just taking a piece of, you just about always have like a grocery bag or something with you. Just take a little piece of that filter bag tied to that rod tip. If you do it right, it doesn't affect it whenever it casts. And if you have just a little bit of light, you won't see it. But I like them glow sticks when I can use them. It's not bad for fishing with a rattle trap. I've caught one catfish that went about 7 on a pitching a jig and crawl trailer. But my biggest was 33 pounds on a live deal. Under one of them big old fat bobbers on a lake. My biggest out of the river was about 15-pound blue last year. Kind of. There's way bigger fish than here. Although I did have somebody tell me earlier this year that they caught I want to say it was a 250-pound channel cat. That was the local record, and they had the picture at the store that's been closed for 7 years. I want to say his buddy caught one that was like 300 pounds or something like that. I assure you, I don't believe everything people tell me. 250-pound channel cat seems that didn't happen. A lot of stuff in this world I don't know. But I do know if you're using some pretty heavy drugs, you can tell some hell of a stories. I bet you did. He said when he caught that 10-pound bass on a rattle trap, he thought he hit a stump. And then the rattle trap started moving. Biggest bass I caught was a lot like that. Fishing in April, it was like 42 and raining. And I cast it up into a lay down, and I thought I was hung up, like fishing with the rattle trap. You just feel like be real spongy. And then that line just started swimming off to the right. So I set the hook. I was like in this real small boat. It's like a little 10-foot bass hound is what it was called. A little plastic boat. I set the hook and I'm way like this. Well, the fish is running off the front of the boat. I had a guy fishing in the front of the boat. So I take the trolling motor to hit it. I try to bump the trolling motor to put the boat at a better angle. Well, it turned the boat, but apparently I didn't have the trolling motor on real tight to the boat. So when I bumped it, the trolling motor came completely off the boat. I ended up having to set it in my lap. And I still landed the fish. That was one of the wildest fish catching experiences I was part of. It was pretty crazy. That was the first year I went from having like ugly sticks to having a G Loomis rod. And I just give all the credit to that G Loomis rod. Making that hook stick, responded to the fight. Plus, I think the cold weather had a lot to do with the fish not, yeah. We were talking about that earlier today. About, like, my brother-in-law likes using light gear. And I know a bunch of people that get big fish bites out like that. And I've done it myself. The term big fish can be subjective. But I think some of them fish, especially in the pressured lakes, man, they get line shy. And having lighter line, a little lighter gear gives it more of a natural presentation, and they're less, they're more likely to try it instead of being put off by different things. Hey, Everything worked out that day. I didn't lose the trolling motor. I caught the fish. We actually, it was one of my best days of bass fishing ever. I caught an awful lot of sand on me. I caught that 5-pounder right off the bat. Right after that, I caught a 4. Then I caught a 3. And then it slowed down for me, and the guy I was fishing with caught a 4-pound bass and a 3-pound bass. So that was probably the best 5-fish bag I've ever been a part of. That's not necessarily going to win the Bassmaster Classic. But we don't do, there's some of the bass lakes around here. We have a couple of really good bass lakes, but they're about an hour. One of them's an hour drive for me, and the other one's almost an hour and a half. I mean, we have Kentucky Lake, which is about 2 hours from my house. I've never really fished Kentucky Lake a lot. I fished it a few times. That 8-pound test, that's what I have on all my spinning reels. And actually, one of the guys that taught me a lot about fishing that wasn't like my dad or my uncle, a friend of mine, an older friend of mine, he uses 6-pound test on everything. He's really, you fish when you're a kid, but then when you get to a certain age, you really start to learn. I just found 6-pound test to be too light for what I like. 8-pound is just about right. I've used 12, some of my baitcaster reels all have 12 on them. But it just, I just think it's all like tools. It's some stuff you're going to use it for some things, some stuff you're going to use it for other things. Yeah, that's bringing in any catfish on 6-pound line. Just the fact that the way that they'll spin and that line will get all wrapped around their body. With 6-pound test, if there's any little nicks or anything in there, you horse it just a little too much when that line is spinning. Kudos to him. That's awesome. My dad liked using light line and reels that had a lot of dip to them. One of the cooler things he ever done when I was fishing with him when I was a kid is he tells me, like, we're kind of out, not really in the middle of the lake, but we're off the shore, and we're just fishing like a strip pit lake. The lake we were fishing actually is kind of a big deal now. It's a Gregory Lake, and they have like the Mud Fest there, different things, different bands there in Dredgeboro, Kentucky. Anyway, so we're kind of off the bank. I want to say I was about 9 years old. And we're using crickets. I think I'm using a cricket and a bobber, and I may have caught a couple of deers. Anyway, he's like, Jeffrey, watch this, watch this. And I look, and he takes me cast. He has nothing but a cricket on. He takes it cast it. And right before that cricket hits the water, the bass jumps out of the water and hits that cricket. It was probably about a 2-pound bass. It was like one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And he said he'd seen the bass jumping after a dragonfly. So he felt like he had a pretty good chance of, like, I don't think he expected it to jump out of the water and hit it. I think he expected to hit it as soon as it hit the water. But literally it did hit it when it was about that far out of the water. Pretty long. Maybe I remember it a little different. I was pretty young. But it's still. Elsa, hope you're doing well. Elsa Brett. Alright. I think I know some Brett. Nope, I know Brett's with the Z, I believe. Not Brett. Cool. That's always frustrating whenever you're fishing and the fish are hitting the bobber. Like, you're hitting the wrong thing. You expect that kind of action out of a turtle, maybe. One of my really good bluegill lakes, probably like everybody's bluegill lakes, has a bunch of turtles. So after you catch 4 or 5 bluegill, then the turtles show up. A lot of times the bluegill start to slow down. When that happens, I've learned, after I catch 2 or 3, then move to a different spot. Catch 2 or 3 there, then move back. And then the 2 spots that I fish aren't real far away, but just kind of they do pretty good. That's right. Second time around, you got them. I like it. Things have slowed down here. We have to go back to finishing up them worms. We were catching just one right after another of them night crawlers. I mean, they were drum this big, but at least it was action. It could possibly be that I'm not holding my mouth right because I'm sitting there talking. Hear that old barge creaking down here. My Uncle Mike and I, we'd get out here fishing. We'd just have the little light sticks on and not have any light whatsoever. We just sit out pretty regularly. We would just sit out here and watch the rods. Have like a flashlight to see what we were catching, trying to help us land it, land whatever it was. That one year, we might have some over here. Let's reel that in. We might have some. That's why it looks like it's going. Pretty good stuff. Come back over here and got a bite here. That is creepy sounding. Here, fishing. Brother-in-law was kind enough to grill us some burgers earlier. Berkeley's butcher shop from around here. I think they've been around a long time, man. I like them Berkeley burgers. Definitely good stuff. Their hot dogs and sausages and all that stuff. Normally a bad day of fishing is better than a good day of work. As long as you don't end up stranded or broke down or something crazy. Let's see. Better text John. 10:30, she's probably thinking about going to bed. I was young, one of my dad's sisters was married to a guy. They got divorced at some point. But anyway, I guess he would come down from northwest Indiana and come down to Kentucky to go fishing with Dad. There you go. Now, granted, this was probably back in about 82. So absolutely no cell phones or anything like that. And they went to go fishing at one of the strip pits. His truck breaks down, and they're miles out from any civilization. I said, well, Johnny, what do you want to do? Johnny said, let's pull the boat out of the back of the truck and just go ahead and carry it to the lake. He said, we'll worry about that truck whenever we're done fishing. That dude was on vacation. He didn't care about that damn truck. He was going to do some fishing. Pretty serious. Well, if you're just joining us, we have a live drum on this one. Probably a few different names for that. White perch, that sort of thing. But live on this one, we have cut bait on that one. We have a cut bait. We have a shrimp. We were fixing a drum on night crawlers earlier. We had shrimp, but I don't think we've had any. I don't think we caught any fish on shrimp. A lot of times shrimp is the thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, that's definitely a bite. Probably. Definitely. Tell you what, I can get another good bite off that cup.
Nope. It's me. This is me. Fair warning.
Shit. Y'all see how confused I look?
Change the bait, Jeff. Change the bait.
That's awesome. One more good bite out of cup bait. I'm gonna give up on that line. Just put that on boats. Colby, hey, you saw me at Walmart. Nice. Say hi next time. I like that sort of thing. I'm pretty easy to get along with, pretty talkative. Enjoy meeting people. You catch anything, send it in for my Fish of the Year contest. If you see me at Walmart, maybe that's an extra fish. You see me at Walmart, yesterday. That means you're close enough to know about Big Tails Fishing Tackle. Or sponsor my Fish of the Year contest. It's actually the JFE Big Tails Fishing Tackle Fish of the Year contest. We named it like that and all. Winner gets a little trophy. Trophy's actually out there at the shop. You can see it. A little gift card. Yeah. Get on some fish. Make it happen. Let's see. Yeah, today that makes more sense because I don't think I was going to have my fish. That's definitely there today. Yeah, I get excited. Right here on the river, right here on the Ohio River, right here by the dam, I don't know what we're going to catch. I don't think it's going to be any STDs. I'm going to behave myself while I'm out here. Brandon, you know that's funny, right?
Oh yeah.
I ain't getting no laugh out of him or nothing. It's some bull. That's some bull. He's too caught up in doing his own thing over there. Matter of fact, Cole, will you stop into Big Tails, tell him you was watching the Jeff Fishing vlog and heard him talking about it on there. I could use some of that. Let him know that the sponsorship's worth a little something. I like Jeff. He's a good guy. And when I asked him about it, oh, man, you got a little fish on there. You'll be all right. Okay. Oh, I thought I had some action. Well, what's biting here tonight so far are mostly drum, or white perch, some people call it. Caught one decent-ish channel catfish, and earlier today when the sun was out and it was hot, caught some Kentucky bass. Yours was probably Kentucky bass too, right?
Yep.
I mean, they weren't real big, but they were like 13 or 14 inches. That's not terrible. I don't know if you're one of the clean fish birthday swallow with the swallow. Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah, let him take it. Yeah. Well, I've got the. Oh, here we go. Oh, I bet he ain't on there no more. Son of a gun. Oh. Man, too late. That was definitely a good hit. That was definitely a good hit. We're trying that again. Get him this. You got everything you need, Brandon?
Yep.
Do you need any bigger sinkers or anything?
No, I got everything.
All right. This guy's moving around a little bit, so I'm gonna leave him be. Man, I hate to get off this line if I'm gonna get one on that cut bait. Might need to move my chair though. Get a little more in between these guys. Yeah, I am not cleaning any fish tonight or tomorrow. I am just out here fishing. We are catch and releasing at this point. That is the long and short of it. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah.
I ain't taking none of them home. I'm good. I don't even know if Nathan cooked his or not.
You did.
He did. He's nice. Oh, Levy, thank you. Yeah, I was getting a hit. Maybe a cigar. Revy, we're having fun. We did fold that one over. I was just 2 hairs too slow. I'm gonna move over. Just sinkers. You might want those for next time. Get a little more in the middle so I can get a little quicker on the draw. Scoot this dude over. I think my chair was sinking too far down anyway. There we go. Y'all can still see me? Yeah, it's a big old catfish. That's okay. The way that doubled over like that. That's a big old catfish out here. Here we go. Don't spill your drink on your phone. There we go. Right here. Brandon, we'll grab that net. Gotcha. I don't know if I'm gonna need it. Oh, it just came off. I definitely need a light. I need something. I need not to be hung up with my other line. There we go. We'll figure it out. That wasn't no monster. You must not have had that hook set good enough. A little bit of action though.
I'm about ready to do it.
Do what?
I'm ready to catch one.
Yeah. This thing behind me has light. You have a flashlight, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I took off my cut bait now.
You're all cut bait.
No, I took it off.
You took it off.
Yeah, so I'm using blood bait now.
Oh, using your
The
dip bait.
yeah, the old Charlie's.
Yeah. All right. Getting her going now. Well, biggest problem I have right now is my glasses are fogged up. Guess I could have just pulled the, run it right up the bank. Just trying to be clever. Hey, Larkin's still on here. Yeah, so close. There you go, Shoreline. Appreciate that. Yeah, tighten the drag. Yeah, I ended up loosening the drag to start with. Not to start with, but I loosened the drag so I'd have a chance to run with it, and then I got excited and forgot about the loose. Oh, that might be a fish. If I get a bite on this one, I'll definitely. That should definitely be. I don't think that's white perch just swimming around. Something big enough to put this one in its mouth is really big. Set that right there and be patient, baby. There we go. Hang on a second. Tricia Wright, hope you're doing well. Right. That's right. Like, guys, don't miss these lives. I don't necessarily get to do them every week. I do them when I can. I just don't have a Monday through Friday work schedule. I do like 4 on and 4 off. If I can get on here and go live, I like to do it. Well, I have live bait on my yellow pole, and actually orange pole, but I have live bait on this one, and that bait's about that big. So it's definitely big enough to make that rod tip do this. So if a fish gets on it, it really should make that bait. It's definitely not going to be just making it bounce. You know, even what surprised me with fishing with live bait like I do was how small of a catfish you can catch with live bait. Because like we've had bluegill that are like big hand-sized bluegill and have caught like 2 pound flathead. You know, you didn't even think it hardly fit in its mouth. But more times than not, they're bigger than that. But it happens. So, point being is, yes, I could get a smaller fish on this. But even the 2 pound catfish, hitting that fish and trying to run with it, not just making bands, it'll actually do something. All that sell me is just my fish is still alive. It's good. It's supposed to be alive. I almost should switch over to cut bait the way that thing is running. I get on here, man. I really like catching fish for y'all. People taking the time to watch it. I prefer to catch something worth watching. No problem, Levy. I like it, man. If I'm, see it moving. I mean, there's always a couple second delay, but let me know. You don't need to apologize. I'm just on here explaining, finding stuff to talk about. You know, I first started, and this is not entirely true, but when I first started making these videos, like the long form videos, not the lines, editing and cutting and rewinding and editing, cutting, and like going back and remaking part of the video because I didn't like this or that part. I'm sitting out there in my shed doing this for like an hour straight, editing one video. And I just thought hit me is like, dude, you must love the sound of your own voice. Because who else is going to sit here for an hour and listen to themselves say the same thing over and over? That's fun. It's not really like that. It's just one of those things that if you're making videos, you just have to accept that. You know, this is what your voice sounds like. This is what you're doing. This. We're going to throw that bait along. If that thing makes noise, we just say that. Because I got to admit, the bait alarm on the catfish pros are not my favorite. I have one reel that has a bait alarm on it and it doesn't make any noise. And that reel stays at the house because it's worthless. To have a bait alarm that doesn't make noise to where the reel handle just spins. Part of the idea of having a bait alarm is that it notifies you that you're getting a bite. That the fish is running with it. Now the bait alarm on this is not very, like the drag for the bait alarm is not very smooth. Last year, that 15-pound blue cat I caught with this, it was taking it, but it just takes a few feet and then stops. It takes a few feet and stops. And I really felt like that drag should have been a lot smoother because them fish, a lot of times they feel that that resistance, that's when they want to let go. Luckily, I caught it. December is kind of cold. Had a pretty good day. I ended up getting covered up because like they had a bunch of shad up in the creek I was fishing. That's what I caught it on, was like the little moon-eyed shad that are about that big. That one reel I have still has the little shad, the little shad scales on it. I guess I need to take the time to try and clean that up. Pretty good day. Catching a bunch of big shad. That white line is pretty. Good catfish. Yeah, stories. I got lots of stories. I got something swimming out there. Oh, dead fish.
Fish.
Well, that is a big old dead fish. Oh, don't get caught up in my lines. I get out here. I used to do a bunch of night fishing with my cousin Jason. And he'd see something like that, man. He had a very active imagination.
That's a shark.
Yeah, he'd be looking for sharks or alligators or some kind of monster, Bigfoot, all that shit, all that stuff. Kind of like something that relates to today, where we had to pass, like, we started off down by the dam, ended up doing a bunch of walking to get to this spot, which we knew we were going to night fish here and not up there by all the rocks. Where we're going to stay hung up all the time. Probably where the fish are at. So to get to this spot, we had to pass all of our equipment down about a 10-foot embankment. Kind of sucked because we brought all the stuff we needed, but we brought everything that we had. If we thought we needed it just a little bit, we brought it, right? So there was a bunch of stuff. Then, so years ago when I was living in like Gilbert County, Kentucky, there was these lakes we used to fish. I think they were going to be pay lakes to start with, but it didn't pan out. So there's a lake here, a stream that went this way, and then a lake over here, right? And we had a little 14-foot narrow john boat, and my brother and I, and the only way to get to the one lake was to put in on the other lake, right? So my brother and I got the bright idea that we're going to just put in at this lake. We'll row over, because like there was a little spot that you can go from one lake to the other, right? And to be perfectly honest, the idea of water level never crossed our minds. That the water level would probably need to be a little high for us to actually make it through there. So water level's not high. So we put in one lake, we get to row it, and we get to the spot where we got to cross. Well, there's all these cattails there, and the water's only about that deep. Well, I'm in the boat, so the boat's going to be sitting kind of low in the water, right? It was very interesting. So he's like, well, what do we do? Because like we were trying to use paddles to get across, and we couldn't hardly get across. I said, well, just start grabbing them cattails and just pulling ourselves across, right? So we pulled ourselves across, and when we got to the other side, Christopher had this like terrified look on his face. And he's like, what do we do? I look down, and the boat is covered in brown recluse spiders. They were all like that big. You could see the little things. They looked like fiddles, right? They were all fiddlers. There were thousands of them. It was crazy. And he's like, what do we do? I said, well, I've never really been scared of spiders. Snakes, on the other hand, bother boat full of snakes I would not have enjoyed. Anyways, we just thought, like, neither one of us got bit. We smashed a bunch of spiders. After we went to our spot, we caught some fish. To be perfectly honest, I don't think we caught any fish that was worth dealing with all them brown recluse spiders, right? But it was memorable. We did catch some fish, and we did catch a decent bass right on that spot. But I think we did not go back through the cattails. I think we ended up pulling the boat off of one of the walking paths and carried the boat a long way to the road, and then walked to get the truck, and then put the boat in the truck there. It was just one of those things that just ended up not being worth it no matter what we done. But you know what? We found out. That's the main thing. Is we didn't let that little bit of effort stop us from figuring it out. Do you have a what type of hook are you using on that? Do you have one of those ones with the net that holds all that stuff, Brandon? Here we go. Let's get this thing do right. Another big barge come around the corner.
Yeah, I see it.
Do what?
I said, I see it.
What's that?
The barge.
Yeah. I think I just got a decent hit on this one. So you're, I know yours that stink bait. Do you have one of them little stink bait lures on it?
Yeah. One of the treble hooks with the freaking.
The treble hook with the sponge?
Yeah, no, this is the one with the just the wire, no sponge.
I probably wouldn't let that sit all night. I'd probably give it 5 or 6 minutes, put some more on there, cast it back out,
Yeah.
put some more on there. I'm about to catch this dude right here. Oh, you tell me I didn't get him. Well, I bet that dude is right. I bet it was a gar. I bet it is a gar. You got to give them a lot of leash. Let's check to see if that was good.
Give them some time.
Let's get out of here. Well, that would look like it almost started to swim over pretty good. Get excited. Deborah and I were out fishing one night, that little bass hound. There's this lake that had muskies in it. I really wanted to get out there and catch some muskies. It was like a big L shape, right? So we put in, and we're going down the front, and we're going to go back to the other part of it, right? And as soon as we make that corner, like you hear all these big noises, as soon as we turn that corner, you hear, woo! Right? We're the only ones. It's like a new moon. It's completely blacked out. And I just started laughing because this sounded like some Scooby-Doo stuff. And I'm like, there's just no way that that's what it sounds like, right? Of course it's not. But when we got to the back, when we got closer, when we got to the back part of the lake where we was going, you could hear that it was people burning their tires up because we were fairly close to like the Windy Hollow Speedway, and they were just out there racing. I am fishing at the Cannelton Dam, Kentucky. I'm on the Kentucky side of the Cannelton Dam. We're down here in southern Indiana on the Ohio River. This is the general area where I want to say it was back in like 2002 that guy caught the state record for blue catfish. And at the time, it was a record for both states. 102 pounds. Something is happening with that, bro. Man, that light is not helping my cause. There we go. The big one's out. That's right, the adventure. It's VR. Let's see. There we go. We'll go to the channel. Looks like you got a few videos on there. I'm gonna hit a follow on that, man. You've been here all night. I should have done that hours ago. Oh no, it'll pick up this. I probably casted that one out before. Which is like one of the advices I always try to get people is like wherever you're getting your bite, cast to that spot. Stop, don't cast way out, get to where you're getting your bite. Think drifting off some drift and give us a couple of drills. I think I did. Yes, where he goes. There we go. Oh, Dad's caught some fish on that. He went to this one place, caught a bunch of flatheads, real nice ones. I think he caught the entire existence of flatheads out of that little creek. Because he never did catch another one. My phones are dying. I'm gonna give it just a little bit longer. Oh yeah, that one's done. We're not gonna drink the upside down monster on insane. I've managed to only eat a few pieces of sand. One little bite in my burger, that was my own doing. A couple pieces of sand in my water. That's good for you. Ah. Oh, that is hilarious. I just seen that. Where you said your buddy was standing on the stump. Then fell in. So I was in. Let's see. Trying to think of the name of the creek. You know all the salmon creeks up north, right?
Well, I used to fish Salt Creek and Sugar Creek a lot.
Okay, I'm not sure which one it was, but I was out salmon fishing with Christopher and Jesse. Me, Christopher, Jesse, and Robbie were all out salmon fishing, right? And we've decided to go like off of the main stem, and there was another creek that led in from this main stem. And I'm not sure if it was the Deep River or if it was. I don't think it was by the hot dog stand. I think it was over by the trailer park, right? So anyway, we're kind of weaving back and forth across this, and you got to think that all the salmon fishing we're doing is in the winter, or October, November,
Yeah.
which is pretty cold in that area.
Yep.
Like that water's already cold. So, man, that dude's awful lively right there, interrupting my story. So anyway, I see this rock sitting on top of the stream, and it was a pretty good down step to get down to that rock. But I figured I could jump onto the rock and then just do one of those moves where like you just land with one foot and then jump the rest of the way across the stream. He's heard this before. Well, it wasn't a rock. It was a piece of styrofoam, but when I hit that thing, I was waist deep in the water. My first thing I said, don't jump on that. That's not a rock.
We were out at Salt Creek one year, and same thing, we thought it was a rock, and it wasn't a rock, it was just a little piece of mud sticking up out of the water. So you went to go jump on it to go out this little bitty island, and didn't make it very far.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, they got a good kick out of it. I was really the only one that got wet that day. I got all the way wet, like up to my belly button. Which I was already in it, so I went ahead and walked up the stream a little bit more. It was cold. I survived. No, I did not catch anything that day. Robbie had caught one that's actually, Jesse drew a picture of me holding a salmon that it's like one of his things he done when he was in art college. It's a picture of me holding my salmon, Christopher holding my salmon, and Robbie holding the trout that he caught. Right? He caught still. Real nice. And the salmon that I caught was out of different. But the funny thing is like the picture that I took, like it's the winter, right? Well, I had on my hoodie, but my shirt was sticking out underneath the hoodie, right? And when I seen the picture, which I was, Jesse drawing me that picture was awesome. He done it in like that quill and ink style where you draw the ink and then draw it, and it's really cool because like in the grass, like you have to really look, but you can see like there's a little rabbit, there's a mushroom, there's probably a little pot leaf or something. Like he drew stuff inside of the grass. And anyway, I said, Jesse, man, you could have just, like when you're drawing the picture, you could have tucked my shirt in. You could have, instead of like making me look all sloppy and stuff, he said, I drew it how I seen it. Your picture, your shirt was untucked, that's how I'm drawing. He said, if you're going to be a slob, then this is what...
That's fun.
That's so good. I got that. Hey, that was one of my... when I moved in with my wife, that was one of the things I told her. It's like, I am going to need a wall. Like, that's... Like I had that picture with a big frame. I said, I definitely want that on my wall. That's... Like, I need a spot to hang something. She accommodated. It's all right. She didn't mind. Let's see. She got married in 2007. We've been married for a little bit now. You got married not long after that, right? About a year after? 6 months?
Yeah, like 6 months.
6 months? That's right. moving enough to keep things interesting. I don't think this is going to be one of my 6,000 viewer lives. I don't know what the difference was. That last time I went live, I went live, and in a minute, I had like 90 people.
Yeah.
I'll never get it. Although, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm just doing it because I like doing it. That's right. We'll say the fish are in the water. I'm going to reel this thing in just a couple more times. Give it a chance to do something. I'm going to actually recast this. That's way too far. Where I was catching fish. Where I was getting bites. So, do it.
Our shark's back.
Damn, that stupid thing's right there in your way, ain't it?
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned something about all the dead carp in the river. There it is. Now it's swirling and coming back through. If it gives us any problem, we'll just reel it in and hang it up on the bank
Catch him
somewhere.
when you use him as cut bait.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to use any rock fish. I do have rubber gloves. I don't think I'm willing to cut it open. It's probably pretty gross.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine? That thing floating around in the water for hours.
Oh, he's right. He probably smells pretty.
I don't know what all that's about. But I'm not going to do that. David, hope you're doing well. Yeah, we had some weirdo trying to cause a bunch of problems. My nephew helped me out and got rid of all that stuff. Any luck? We did right off the bat. Like right as the sun was going down, I was using night crawlers, catching like smaller drums, just one right after another. My nephew caught a channel cat probably about an hour before dark. Pretty decent one. Flayed it. He bled it out, flayed it, grilled it, cooked it. It's pretty good on his part. I don't know if his dad taught him how to flay fish or not, but I know he's stayed with us. What, this is about the third time?
Yeah.
I don't think it was the fourth time. I think it's about the third time. But the first time he came down and stayed a week or 4 or 5 days with us. I took him fishing and he wanted to learn how to fillet fish. And I showed him the way that my dad showed me, which I kind of done that traditionally on purpose, right? I want to say Dad already passed away at that point. Some of that stuff kind of means a lot.
Big fish.
Well, when I was like, I want to say I was either 8 or 9 years old, I went fishing by myself, which, you know, I could do back then. Caught a mess of fish, my first mess of fish ever. I come home, and Dad's already out the table out back cleaning his fish. So I walked up, and I'm all proud. Oh, check it out, Dad. He said, oh, that's good job, son. And I said, here you go. He said, no. I figured Dad was already cleaning fish. He'd clean them all. He said no. He said, wait right here. So he went in the house, got a fillet knife, come back, walked me through cleaning the first one, showed me where he wanted me to bury the fish, out how deep to bury it. Because this is, whenever, like nowadays, whenever I talk to people about keeping fish, like they want to keep clean their own fish, things, but really the first thing I bring up is dispose of those fish whenever you can. Fish is not something you just want to throw in the garbage in your house, obviously. Yeah. And then you can bury it, but like July and August, the ground gets pretty hard. It can be pretty difficult to bury. So you don't really need to just go pitching it in a ditch somewhere. You need those other, what am I trying to say? Reasonably, responsibly, right? So anyway, he walks me through cleaning the first one, so I clean one. So he cleans the first one, shows me how to do it, and then I clean one. And he kind of corrects me in a couple of spots. And then he just walks away. And the rest of it's just my problem. So I cleaned some of them, and I'm sure I butchered a
It's
few
like
of them.
35 more to go.
Do what?
He's like, that would be like, oh, only 35 more to go.
My mess of fish was 1 keeper bass and 6 bluegill. It might have been 5 bluegill, but I'm thinking it was 6 bluegill. It's not a bad mess of fish. I mean, that wasn't going to feed it wasn't going to feed the whole family, but you know, throw it in on top of Dad's fish. It was all right. So when I taught Nathan, that's what I did. So I brought him a knife. I said, here you go. Showed him how to clean one. Watched him clean one. Then I walked away. And to Nathan's credit, he kind of got confused and asked me how to show him again. So I showed him again. I was happy to do it. I'm absolutely sure if I didn't ask Dad to show me again, I'd need to. Anyway, so after, and I didn't do this to Nathan, but what Dad had done to me was like, we catch fish, we're eating fish that day. So when we went to eat fish that evening, my mom had put aside the fish that I caught. And so we're sitting there at the table. That may have just been that caught up on that dead fish. So we're sitting at the table, big pile of fish and fries and beans and hush puppies. And like he announces to the table about you, well, these fish are the fish that Jeff caught, these fish are the fish that Jeff cleaned, me, Mom, Randy, my older brother Randy, Christopher, Jesse, probably my Aunt Penny was there. I kind of feel this sense of pride, right? And he told me, like, when I cleaned the fish before he walked away, he got real serious. He said, we do not have bones in our fillets. Right? Like this is a non-starter. Like, you do not get to have bones. So he goes through that process of, acting how proud he is that I went and caught the fish and I cleaned the fish. And then he takes his fork and he sticks it in one of those pieces of fish and throws it right in his mouth and practically just swallows it in one bite. And I thought I was going to have a damn heart attack. Because if there was a bone in there, Dad choked and died or something with the way that he threw that down with the drama that he threw that in his mouth. Like, oh no. Everything turned out fine. But I'm sure he got a real kick out of the look out my face. I do that to people all the time now. I did it to my nephew the other night. We were going to a wedding, and I ain't Raphael, that's new. Yes, that is a Catfish Pro rod. I bought it last year. I like it pretty good. I'm not thrilled with the bait alarm on it because whenever it hits, it's not real smooth, and it takes a lot it takes a lot for the fish to activate that thing. That's the only thing I don't like about it. The rest of it, it's working really well. No, I've never went smelt fishing, but I've ate smelt a bunch of times. A bunch. That's a pretty popular thing up there by Lake Michigan. Henry, hope you're doing well. All right. Oh, what story? Oh, so speaking of messing with people, so we had a wedding to go to while my nephew was here, and it's somebody that used to work for my wife's aunt, who is in her, we'll just say in her early 70s. I really don't know how old she is, and not that she would sit here and watch this live for 3 hours, but I'd hate to get her age wrong. Anyway, so she's in her 70s, and my nephew is 16 and kind of quiet. Anyway, I tell him, and Yvonne calls and talks to my wife, and she's like in a bad mood. And she told Daddy, well, I'm going to go for just a little while. I'm not really feeling well. I'm just kind of in a bad mood. I didn't get much sleep today. And I told Nathan, just kind of have a laugh. I said, when she walks in the door, you need to tell her, are you about to get one? Getting a bite? No. I said, you need to tell her that she better save the first dance for you. He laughed. When she walked in, he did not approach that subject. And it was a wedding reception with no dancing. Whatever. I'm happy to see it. It's always nice to find somebody you want to spend time with. But I ended up, because her aunt's one of my favorites. Anyway, I ended up telling Yvonne, you're lucky that they didn't have any music, because Nathan was going to tell you he gets the first dance. And that cheered her up a little bit. She got a good laugh out of that. That's right. Well, this guy's coming back to life. This guy has not done nothing in a long time. Must be distance. Must be being pretty funny. Yes, I've used a double rig. Mostly sauger fishing. I haven't had any real luck like using a double rig bass fishing. Kind of got into having using flukes a lot, doing like a double fluke where they go back and forth. But using it a couple times, never did get the hits on it like I thought I should. But when we were sauger fishing, yeah, I was using double rig, double jig, double minnows. And back when I used to get the sauger fish all the time, things have changed. I have been sauger fishing a while, which one of the big keys, especially doing it from the bank, was keeping your bait down, like and down real low in the water column. So even though I was fishing with jigs, I'd tie a bottom sinker on and cast it out and let that thing on the bottom and bring it in. It really works well. I'd tie a little leader line on for the jigs. You all right over there?
Yep.
All right. Woo.
I got him, Jeff.
You got him?
He's on.
What you got? A good one? Oh, let's see what we got. Let's grab a lighter.
Not big.
Let's see. Let's see if I. We got a little action. Is he big?
No, he's not bad. Oh, yeah, he is. He's decent.
Oh, hang on. You want the net?
Yeah.
You don't want to lose them. Oh, I got smacked with the mud. Not bad. Not bad. Man, I was just looking at that rod. Was it even doing anything?
Oh, yeah.
Was it really?
Oh, it dropped.
Nice.
And it stopped, came back up, and I was like, was that a fish? Stood up, went to go sit back down. I was like, no, I'm just gonna stay
Hey, let's take that over here where we got some light, and I'll get my tape measure out. We'll measure it, get a picture, a couple pictures, and throw that sucker back in. May even just grab this other phone and do a bait plate or throw it back in a lake or river with some dang 30-inch blue cat. That's what I like. Nice. Not bad. What you guys think about that? Little hot sauce. That's right. Here we go. Okay, I gotta turn this off. I don't know who that chick is dancing on there. Well, y'all don't have to do nothing. You don't want to do anything. I'm gonna ask you to bear with me for a minute. Oh, there you go. Okay, so you're fine there. Everything's fine there. So what we need is a couple things. Need pliers, tape measure, and take a picture. All right. Here's pliers. Here's this thing. Hold this. All right. Bad at all. Let's see. All right, hang on here. Before I measure this, easy killer. Any guesses? Let me know there in the comments how long you think this is. This ain't the biggest one I've ever seen. This is probably your best blue cat at the moment, right?
Yeah, probably 27.
Circle hook. Circle, circle, dot, dot. That old circle hook slipped right on out. You still got your bait. How about that? Let's know if these other ones.
27.
Bam! Right at 28. You got your phone?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a picture of them on the tape.
Yeah. I like it. Right there. You probably need to get it up high. Got it? Yeah. All right. Now, hang on. Ugh. Oh,
Nice.
28.
If I can get it.
I might not know the picture of it. Yeah, I can. Got it. Oh, yeah, I had that off a little bit.
That's
All right, now I want you to hold it.
Close.
Let's take a picture of it. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'll send it to you in a minute. All right.
Who's that?
All right. Nope, up here. Yep, probably gonna take both hands because you don't want to let them go. We can take a step or two up this way. All right.
As long as you don't stink.
Where's my phone? Oh, he ain't gonna sting you. Grab them with both hands and pick them up. Okay, let's go. Camera. Nope, I dropped it. Both hands. Both hands. You can do it. Don't be scared. Both hands. Round ahead. There you go. All right.
Good job.
Pull Jesse.
Well, you ain't gonna see me now.
There we go. All right, now hang on. One more thing here. And we're going to let this sucker go. Hold on to him, or do you want me to hold on to him?
I got it.
All right. Oh, it's so dark. Let's see. It's so dark. You can't see nothing. We got a question. Bait, plate.
Throw 'em back in the
Throw
lake.
that big old blue cat back in the river. Y'all let us know what you think in the comment. Have a good evening. We got one. All right, that's probably some terrible live viewing.
There you go.
Let's see. Nicholas, well, I'm glad you joined. I hope you follow. You see that email address. If you catch something, send it to me for, enter my Fish of the Year contest. 25. We got 28. It was a solid 28. Yep. Oh yeah, he'll make it. He just got to roll around on the grass a couple times. That's all. Oh yeah, I think we moved this from where we needed it. There we go. Man, I hope you guys got to see a little bit of that fight. He had it in pretty quick, I think. Almost finished. All right. Man, we've been on here 3 hours.
And I gotta keep my damn bait. Well, not mine.
Yeah. If you need a new one, I got more. All right. 20-something percent on my phone. I appreciate everybody for joining us, watching, all that good stuff. You'll have a wonderful evening. Yes, cut bait. It was actually it wasn't a shad head. It was a drum head. Yep, white perch head. I think they like to call up in Lake Michigan area. I think we like to call it a white perch. Something along that line. I've seen some huge ones up there. Back when they used to let us fish over by the steel mill. Who we got? Charlie Scott? Oh, Southeast Georgia. There we go. I know you guys got some nice fish out there. Some nice catfish. We like it. We just caught a decent one. Right here in the sand. Orta Outdoors. Hope you're doing well, bud. We're just out here trying to see if we can get any fish to bite without losing any fishing rods. I've seen it happen before. Oh, from St. Louis. Oh, I like it. I got family in Missouri. Poplar Bluff. That's right. Well, we're gonna just go until folks die, yes. But yeah, I have a great aunt and her daughter that lives out there. A great aunt that I'd met one time. It was my grandpa's sister. They used to live out in Wisconsin. I made one trip to Wisconsin when I was like 14 or 15. Whatever it was the year that I discovered real heavy metal music. Lots of fun. Oh. I always liked it because my great grandma, who I only met one time, went to the store and she asked, she had asked me to buy something or to pick out something that I wanted. And I picked out Iron Maiden Peace of Mind album. Oh yeah, the Ozarks. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah, I think we just caught. That's your biggest blue cat, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
We just caught a personal best for somebody. I like that. That counts for a lot for me. At least I think so. We've had a few bites on this one, and I have a whole live. Spit it out, dummy. A whole live drum or white perch, what some people call it, on this one. And it may have been unnecessary to grab that net and finish getting it in. But I just know how catfish are whenever you're rolling them up the bank and they can roll around and then break that line. And then there it is. There's your personal best swimming away. So, I'm not in a fishing tournament, and I'd rather just be safe than sorry. I'd rather just catch the fish, know it. We have people here to help. There's times, I fish on my own a lot, so there's times when I may not be able to get the help, so I'll do it on my own. I don't have a problem with that. And yeah, we got her going now. What we need is that big 30-pounder to just take that freaking white perch, the drum. The little guys just out there swimming around. Hey, ghost number one. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're having a good evening. Not quite midnight where I'm at here. Shoreline, Charlie Scott. Yeah. That was one of the bigger fishing mistakes I made when I lived up north was not fishing Lake Michigan more. I really started fishing it probably the last year I lived up there. Probably the last. I mean, I moved in December, so I would say like that summer I started fishing it more. And just immediately, just the first day out fishing out there, I had results. And where I grew up fishing them strip pits all the time in Kentucky, you know, getting out there trying to fish that big water was a little intimidating. And I just learned it was just a huge mistake. So when I moved,
Well, the weather on Lake Michigan.
well, you gotta be careful. I've been out there and been stuck on a boat before. The
Yeah.
first time I ever met a pro bass fisherman, Ishman Rowe. If you're not familiar with who Ishman Rowe is, at the time he was the only black guy on tour. And like a jerk, after he gave us a jump, it wasn't my boat, it was a friend of mine's boat. And it was like a big boat meant for being out on Lake Michigan, right? It wasn't a bass boat, it was like a pleasure boat. Even had a little cabin or whatever. So we asked him, like, you could obviously tell he was a pro bass fisherman. And that was the year that they had the Bassmaster Classic in Lake Michigan. He was out there pre-fishing. And we asked him who he was, man, and he took offense to that immediately. I'm the only freaking black guy on tour. And I'm just kind of like, I don't pay that close of attention. You know what I mean? But I never held it against him. I get it. You know, whenever I'd go to watching Bass Pro and stuff, I'd always root for him. He saved us. Oh, that day he saved us, you could see black clouds come rolling.
Yep.
It was, you're going to get out on the water, you should really look at the weather report before you go out. Especially if it's the first time you're taking your boat out in years. John McDonald, we just caught a 28-inch blue cap. Freaking decent. My brother-in-law's personal best, which I don't think he does a lot of blue cat fishing. You guys fish stream, like smallmouth streams a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But his son, my nephew, last few years, where's Cannelton? Indiana. Well, it is Cannelton, Indiana. I'm on the Kentucky side. We're, I don't know, less than an hour east of Evansville. Probably an hour and a half from Louisville. Something like that. Near Brookport, Illinois. Let me start stuttering. One of the trips I really would like to make is I want to go fish the Mississippi right in St. Louis, right there by the arch. I just think that'd be cool. They have like a great spot for fish. Like you can literally just pull up and park and fish right there.
At Brook Park.
You know, have you been to St. Louis, Brandon?
I've been there once.
Just like passing through
Yeah,
for
passing
the army,
through thing, not.
not for like to visit or anything.
Nope.
I've been there twice. Both times we were there. Well, one time we were there for 3 days. The other time was for 2 days. I get it. You know, I'm not trying, like I'm living in Indiana. I'm not trying to go hanging out in New York. I get it. There's bigger cities with more stuff to do. But I've enjoyed St. Louis every time I've been there. I haven't been able to take the time to fish because we've been going there for concerts. Right. And I keep saying, like, I just want to go back with nothing to do. Right. 'Cause Debbie doesn't want to go up in the arch. Well, I've been up in the arch. I'm good there. You know. And really, that's what I really want to do is just go there and fish. The last time we went, we seen Metallica, and I was out fishing on the Ohio River about a month before the concert, And like I often do, you know, you just like scrolling through Facebook or whatever, waiting for a bite because I'm fishing like this. Big cut bait, live bait, whatever. And let's see if we can see anything lately while I'm in the middle of the story. No, I'm not getting ate by mosquitoes at all. Yeah, not at all. We got a little breeze. It was blazing hot this morning. I think we had an attack of gnats there about an hour before it got dark. But after dark, that part's been fine. Jennifer, if you haven't noticed, or if it's your first time scrolling through here,
And that's why you go fishing with Nathan.
that's right. He gets ate up by all the. Nathan and Jesse get all the gnats. My brother Jesse. I pinned the comment for my email address right there. That's for my Fish of the Year contest. This is our 5th year doing it. It's actually the JFE Big Tails Fishing Tackle Fish of the Year contest. My local bait shop here sponsors it. And they're not like a little bait shop. They're a pretty good sized bait shop. Anyway, we do a fish of the month. We do a fish of the year. You just send a picture of a fish you caught this year to that email address. I'll send you some more information, as far as like links to Facebook pages and the Facebook group and all that. That's where we vote. And we're going to do, for Fish of the Year, we're going to do male over 18, female over 18, and male and female under 18. We're looking forward to it. We got like 82 entries or something, I think, today from 11 different states. Some guy, I don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. I just seen it this morning. I've had a fairly busy day. But a guy added a picture of a fish he caught in Oregon of like a 7-foot long sturgeon. Freaking awesome. I love it. They have so many different species of fish. Hammerhead shark, catfish, bluegill, crab from Alaska, all kinds of stuff. No, they'll come back for more. We let that catfish go after a few minutes. Boy, it's getting dark. Oh, I bet my lantern's about to go out.
Yep, it is.
Yep. All right, lantern's going out. Phones are dying. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Give me a follow if you don't mind, and subscribe. It's all free. And main thing is, send us a pic for that Fish of the Year contest. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Okay. Right here. Let's see.
You got another propane, right?
I do.